Hello good people, how are you? Very well I hope. Welcome to this, the third episode in the makeover of this Land Rover Defender. In fact, it's the final episode. Come on, it wasn't that bad, was it? Now, if you didn't see the last two videos, well, doesn't really matter, does it really? Not really, no. I mean, they were possibly the greatest YouTube videos ever produced by me. But they weren't. But you can have a look, find out for yourself. Well, I could give you a recap, show you all the clips and so forth, but that would take a lot of editing on my part. I think it's going to be a lot easier if I just tell you. So, yeah, this is what we've done so far. A friend of mine tried to sell me his Defender. I said no. He asked again. He kept asking. I said no. He kept trying. No. The price got cheaper. No. Got even cheaper. Really cheap. Yeah, okay, I'll have it. But it had some problems. This Defender had an identity crisis. It wasn't an expedition camper. It wasn't an overland vehicle. It had been lowered. It had the London look. So I started to do lots of stuff to it. I changed the shocks and the springs, new bearings all round, new calipers, new discs, new bumper, mud flaps, got rid of the rust, a good deep clean, completely undersealed the body, a skid plate, ECR blanking plate, injector lube, a new heater fan, high and low ratios, I fixed those, full service, fancy wheels, chunky tyres, new exhaust, and lots of other bits and pieces. Took me 3 weeks to do, all told. So lots of work has been done, but there were still 3 things left to do. I still had a side locker that I wanted to fit, the side window, and also internally some more storage, because as we know, there really wasn't enough spaces to put all the gear that you need to carry, apart from, of course, on the roof, loads of storage. If you want to see that, just sit back, relax, grab yourself a coffee. It's coming up any moment now. But if you can't be bothered, that's okay. You just want to skip forward to this timeline here, then if you go to that point, I think it's going to be the next chapter. We can get straight on with the walk around and that kind of stuff. Great, superb. Make your choices. It looks like a few more people went than I thought were going to go. Well, that's okay. It's just you and me now. On the side window, just to let you know, I've done a little bit more of a tutorial on that because people generally like to know exactly how that's done. I think it's a great window. And look, I'm waffling. It's coming up now. I've got this aluminium side locker. I had quite a lot of these made in the past, and quite a lot of Defenders I fitted them to. I've got a few left on the shelf, so I thought, why not use one on this vehicle? It'll have obviously a front on it that flaps down, and it's going to go somewhere around about there, I reckon. And this is perfect for storing all your outdoor kitchen stuff or recovery equipment. Yeah, I think that'd be about right. I've got a template already made up that's I can drill through, and on the inside here and here, I've already put a big spreader plate. It's basically 18 millimeter plywood, all glued on with grip fill, and that's had a couple of days to go off, so it's rock solid now, these areas. Once it's bolted on, you'll literally be able to hang off of that. So I'm going to drill the holes, get it dry fitted. When I'm happy with it, I'll send it over to the powder coaters, and that'll go on finally in about a week's time, I reckon, when it's all done. So I've got the side locker back for the powder coaters, here it is. I've got to put all this together yet, but before any of that can happen, the side of the Land Rover around here needs to be polished up. Right, so that's the side all polished. This is the locker. I put it all together. I put some rubber strips glued on the back as well, so there's a little bit of a buffer between the metal, so it's not metal against metal, basically. As you can see on the back there, and all we've got to do now is get it on. Pretty straightforward, but I'm kind of in the wrong position here, so give me a second. Look at that. Went on straight, didn't it? So in case you're wondering how I secure it, I use 4 M10 bolts. You'll see they're kind of in the corners, but not quite. Big fat washers, spreader washer like so, will go over there, and obviously a nylock nuts. I then just cut the top of this off and put a cover cap on. I also do the same thing on the inside. There's another spreader wash are the same. And don't forget, I've got the 2 big plates of 18mm plywood glued in as well. So once it's done, you can just hang off of this thing. Grubby hands. The next exciting thing to do on the list is what I'm going to do on this side here. Remember we had those scratches through here? I've given it a really good polish. What did I use to polish it with? I'll show you. I like to use G3, it's that stuff there, and I've got like a soft foam thing here, put a bit of that on it with water on a buffing machine, got rid of all the scratches. And to finish it for a polish, 1 second, I have this. Yes, there it is. It's 3M machine polish, again a different pad. I should have prepped all this really for the video. So this pad here, as you can see, it's a much softer one, and I don't use any water on this. I dab some of that on there. I just keep buffing and buffing and buffing. Eventually it kind of buffs itself away and leaves like a high gleam. It gets rid of all the fine scratches. They do make a cutting agent one of this as well. I think it's the one with the green lid, but I've run out of that one. But the G3 works a treat, works a treat. Right, that's what I've done so far. So I polished it up for a particular reason, not just to get rid of the scratches. I really wanted to put a window in this because it is quite dark inside, and all my Land Rovers have had windows in the sides at some point. So where do I put it? I'm going to put it at this end here, so it will act as a blind spot as well, especially in driving in Europe, on the wrong side of the road, obviously. But what sort of window do I go for? Most Land Rovers got the glass sliding ones, and I've had those in the past. I don't know, I just wanted something a bit different. And then I looked at my camper van, and I've got Polyvision double glazed windows. When you buy them, they also come with an internal cassette. So they've got the blind and the mosquito screen as well. And you can also have them slightly open, so when you're driving along, you get a bit of air. And also at night, so it'll be slightly open, you get some air inside. So I went down that route because I think they're really nice, and they're double glazed. And they're not cheap, unfortunately, but I kid you, no windows cheap, no windows cheap for these. I'll go and grab it and I'll show you, back in a second. This is it. Obviously it's got a bit of paper on it, but you see it's quite a slim line on the edge there. So when it's on the vehicle, it's quite flush. It's quite a dark tint. And basically I'm thinking, somewhere about, how does that look? Somewhere about there, I think. I think it's going to be there, yeah. Now I've already taken the inside panelling off and the insulation out, so it's ready to make a template to put this in. What have I not got? I haven't got the right glue yet for it. I'll show you that glue when it turns up. I can't seem to buy it in the shops at the moment. I have to get it online. And it also leaves enough room at the back here if I wanted to add another storage box like the one on the other side, but maybe slightly blah, 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 blah. Why can't I talk? I just can't get them out sometimes. Is it my brain goes faster than my mouth can operate? Maybe. Yes, another box on the back. Slightly smaller than the other side, but it could balance it up. If I was going to keep it, that's probably what I would do. But it gives the new owner, if there is going to be a new owner, an option. So, yes, look at that. Great. It's going to be lovely. Let's get on with it. Okay, now at a position to cut a hole out for the window. Obviously, I put masking tape up. Got to protect the paintwork when I do the cutting. Now, I've built a template. I've cut a template. Yes. It's early in the morning, I've got to be honest with you. I'm not quite with it. Right, so this fits inside the thing. You know the drill. I've already measured out my marks. That's going to pretty much sit something like that. Ta-da! This outside line is where the actual window will be, and that's the inside bit. There we go. So all I've got to do, take that on, pencil it up, drill the holes, cut it. Bob's a good one. When cutting holes out, three things I would highly recommend. One, obviously, lots of masking tape. With your jigsaw, make sure you got the, you know, that plastic plate that sits underneath it, which I haven't got on at the minute because it's in my van. I've got to go and dig it out. Because if bits of metal fall off and get trapped under here, they can scrape a little bit, and the plastic just is better. Do it if you can. No worries if not, just be careful. Lots of masking tape. And also, drill jigsaw blade. If you can see this one, needs to get a very fine metal cutting blade. Don't get a raspberry one because you'll be all over the place. Nice fine blade. Don't forget to pre-drill some holes as well. Sort of thing. Right, let's do it. Come What are the chances of this fitting first time? Let's have a look. Right. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's pretty good. Right, the next job to do with this is on the inside here, all the way around here and up here. I've got to glue some battens on because the way the window screws in is these brackets on the inside into the wood and sort of pulls it in, something like that. Oh, also, what sealant do I use? Where is it? 1 second, 1 second. Very professional, very professional. So, that's what I use, Fix All. This is the black. You can't always get this on the high street for some reason. You have to order it in. It's great. It does the trick. It's not too thick. And once you put loads of it on, you've got to get it off all around the edges, which I'll show you that when I come to it. And the best thing to use is a fast drying thinners. I'll show you that when I come to do that part of the job. So the next bit to do is after we've cut the window, we have cut the hole out. We can see that, look, there's a hole. I've done that bit. The next bit, glue some wooden battens on the inside all the way around. So they'll have to go off overnight. So we'll get that done now and then we'll carry on with the window tomorrow. So here we are on the inside. Yesterday I glued up this batten around the outside using some grip feel. So it's rock solid. You just saw me push it all in, and I've just put some clamps on there, just, you know, in case it accidentally falls off. Now it comes with these. Can you see these? You can. So these little brackets, I'm going to try and show you, but there are instructions online, and I'll put a link below to those instructions. But basically, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you this. These sit on there, like so. And screw through there, and there's a little tiny groove in there, and that's where the screw goes into. Actually, that went in easier than I thought. A surprisingly small screw, but yeah. Now I've screwed the brackets on the inside, you can see just how much it's pulled in. See all the glue here that's pushed out around the outside there, and here. All of that glue there. But that's good, because that means it's well sealed. Now we've got to get it all off, and I think the best product to use, I think so, is this stuff. Doesn't have to be that company, obviously, but a fast degreaser. It's great, and it will take a little while, though. It's a bit of a messy business, so be prepared for that. Well, that's all the sealant cleaned off. Went through a few rags, and it is a bit messy, but all in all, not too bad. The next job is to go on the inside, and I've got to put the inside panel back up and make a nicer surround. It does come with the blinds and so forth, I'll show you that, but I've got to kind of figure out how I'm going to finish it. Right, next job, bit of storage. Well, the fridge sits there, comes out quite a fair way. This has got to be as wide a double bed as I can possibly get it, so the storage can only really be from about here up to obviously the back of the fridge, but only come out about half of that. So as you're lying down, you've still got quite a bit of width at this end. That's the idea anyway. We'll have a measure up and see how it goes. I was in a little bit of a pickle as to what material to use to build this shelving unit with. In the past, I've used this. This is 9mm birchwood ply, and it's got a black balancer backing on it so it doesn't sort of warp. And the front of it is, well, it's flight case material, so it's super hard, sort of resin coating on there. It's really nice stuff. I get this from Germany, but I think you can buy it in the UK as well. The other option was lightweight fiberboard here. 15mm, you put rubber trims on the end. Comes in all kinds of colours and grain patterns. The issue I have though is I only need about half a sheet, maybe just over. These are all 150 quid each per sheet. I get these from Germany, I get these from the UK, but they both require quite a lot of shipping costs and a minimum order of 3 sheets. I don't use this stuff anymore anyway. I hardly do any conversion work. So it would have cost me the best part of £600 just to do that. I'm just not going to do that. So I've decided to go the old-fashioned route. We're going to use plywood instead. Good old 18mm plywood. And that way I can sand it down, paint it or spray it. And we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Hopefully it'll be the right choice. Well, certainly the cheaper choice. I managed to dig out from my cupboard some of the old templates I had when I made furniture in the old days for these. So it's going to speed things up a little bit, but what I will say about templates, they are great if it's a lovely modern vehicle, but it's a Defender. And although this was designed to fit a particular Defender I did, it will not work on this. It will need alteration because every Defender is different. From one end to the other, it'll be miles out, but it's going to help a little bit. Well, it's almost done. I've got a few aluminium trims to put on. I've got the doors to do as well. I'm going to do those in a different colour to add a bit of pizzazz to the Land Rover itself. Oh, I did end up spraying this using a 2K car spray paint. It's come out quite well, not too bad at all. Hopefully it's quite hard wearing. Yeah, so far I'm quite pleased. Very basic, but it does the job. Well, thank you for sticking with me through all of that tutorial stuff. We've still got a few moments to kill before the rest of them get here. So, yeah, just, you know, take it in. Nice day, isn't it? How are you? You all right? Yeah? Good. Kids okay? Excellent, excellent. Whew, yeah. Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back. They're back now. Welcome back, and yeah, so what we do, straight into the walk round. I'll show you what I've done, stuff, you know. Well, clearly the first thing you can see, the most obvious thing, is that, yeah, I'm giving it that lift, that Old Man Emu suspension lift, and it really sits off the ground now. I took away those horrible old side steps, got these simple ones in, normal standard Land Rover stuff. Other than that, massive clean-up on this side as well. We had quite a few scratches that I mentioned about before. This is the thing I want to talk about. This is this storage side locker. Very straightforward stuff, like so. Ta-da! Yeah, I mean, there's loads of space in there. It's great for cooking or recovery stuff. I could have had one on either side, but no, I really wanted the window round there and I didn't have enough space. But I could always build a smaller one and put it round there. The window is double glazed and it's made by a company called Polyvision, and I really like it, not only because it's tinted, but it's really sort of slim, you know. Most Land Rover ones, they're the glass slidey ones, and I've had those before, but I just wanted something a bit different. And this opens quite nicely as well, and the best bit is internally it comes with a cassette, you know, with a mosquito net and a blind. I'll show you. So you can see this has a normal blind, like so, but also on the bottom, this mosquito net. Cool. And then you can pull them both down at the same time. Oh, that's cool. Look, you can even pass things in and out. I think it'll go a bit higher as well. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. So here we have the internal storage that I've built to complement the rest of the interior. Now, I built this interior, if you didn't already know, about 4 years ago for the customer. He wanted a weekend camper stroke office. So it has other things with it. It's got 4G Wi-Fi unit, it has a table, 2 leisure batteries, a heater in here as well, a Spacker diesel heater, and a few other bits and pieces, battery management system, and fully insulated. We have up here mood lighting, and this LED strip through the middle here, obviously any colour you like, especially if there's midges about, you can make it go red. Hey, that kind of thing. We do have the fridge here, as you can see, a great big Dometic fridge, which is really, really cool. And that can also be moved up to the front because we've got another power point up here as well. On the end here we have additional switches, USB sockets either side, and switches for all the lights, and we've got an outside light as well. When I originally built this, about 4 years ago now, I did put some storage cupboards down below these bench areas, but 2 of them are now been taken up with leisure batteries, so we needed some more, hence this here. I decided to go for a cheap material, just just regular plywood from the DIY merchants. It's not birchwood ply, it's not lightweight fibre board, it's not even flight case material, which is what I normally use for all my builds. Why did I choose this? Because quite frankly, it was cheap and the budget was getting a bit out of control. And you know, it works. The one thing I have done though, you see all this white here, I sprayed that with 2K car paint. It's very tough and I really love it. It's lovely smooth finish, it's really nice. The doors are done with a different paint, just your regular cabinet paint, so you can make it any colour you like. So we got storage at the top here. What we have here is these are all the window blinds as well with little suckers on. And yeah, it's storage. It's also designed to come in and out quite easily, so if you didn't want it, you know, a few screws and it pops out. It does also have this rear door shelf, which I made specifically for this vehicle as well. It's absolutely fantastic. When you're on the go, you just want to make a quick cup of coffee, put your burner on there, easy. If you have watched the other videos, you'll know that the original brief of this was it had to be a sort of a weekend camper stroke mobile office as well. So yeah, originally the bed was designed to be across the whole area here. So I've got mattresses that will do the whole thing, hence the reason why the new storage cupboard I built will come out easily and this can be moved to the front. So you could have just one huge bed if you wanted to. But it also works quite well as its current configuration. I'll get my words out. I'm trying to get these words out. I'm winging it. So I'm going to show you now, when I put the bits in, how it looks in this configuration with a bed. Let's do it. All right, let's get the bits. So this bit here is in fact the table. That's where the leg goes for the table. It's perfect for a bed base as well. So that slides in there, like so. We have two smaller pieces as well, which drop in the end. Ta-da! There we go. Well, there we have it, folks. That is the Land Rover Defender completed, totally done. I know, technical difficulty, I know. If you own a Land Rover Defender, they're never done, are they? They're never done. There's always something else that has to be done to them. They constantly have to be looked after and maintained. But for now, that's it for me. I've gone as far as I want to go. How much did I spend? Well, you're probably aware that I bought the vehicle for $16,000 and I had a budget of $4,000. Yeah, I blew that. We're up to $5,000 already and I could keep going, but I got to stop. I really have to stop. I've taken it out for its test drives. It runs lovely, so much nicer than it did before. I really love it. So am I going to keep it? Am I going to sell it? I just don't know. I'm going to keep it for a little while because I really love it. But I may sell it. Who knows? Who knows? Well, if you enjoyed this content, please do give me a thumbs up and I'm going to aim to bring you some more stuff a bit like this. So till next time, thanks for watching. Take care.